Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back. Hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. I want to start off with a question. For those of you that are moving to Portugal and looking to buy property, is there a maximum that you're looking at that you're willing to spend? The reason I ask that question is in helping dozens of people over the years find property and looking at hundreds of property in and around Greater Lisbon and in Portugal. There was a kind of a common goal that regardless of where someone was from, at least the people that reach out to me and through the channel, 350,000 euros seemed to be more often than not the high end of what somebody was willing to spend. Yes, in a couple of cases, people were going to 750,000 to €1,000,000. That was rare. There were some people that wanted to get in on either acreage or a farm or a fixer-upper for, let's say, less than 100,000 to maximize their profit or just reshape the property the way they wanted. But 350,000 euros, as I go through old emails and as people reach out to me today, that's kind of seems to be, for whatever reason, the number that people are looking at. So what I wanted to do here is show you what does in today's world 350,000 euros get you in Portugal. So I'm going to Idealista, as you can see here, and I'll put a link in the comment, a link in the description. Many of you that are watching this channel may be familiar with it. If not, if you're new to the channel, it is the main aggregate site for property in Portugal, both for buying or renting. This video is going to be about buying. And what I did here is, as I was typing in the number 350 as the max, I made some very wide suggestions as far as Lisbon goes. I went way past Lisbon out to the suburbs and even south of Lisbon to give people an idea of, let's say, the greater Lisbon metropolitan area, kind of call it that, what you could get for 350,000. So it shows here the number of properties that's available at the time of this video. Now, I didn't do anything like bedrooms, like T0, T1, T4, bathrooms, all the amenities, the appliances, things of that nature, air conditioning and heating. Didn't do any of that. I was just barely, just showing a couple of things. For 350,000 euros, here's all of the property available. And then from there, you can play with this and fine tune it based upon certain wants or must-haves when you're looking at property. And then from there, let's head north to Porto, because Porto is also a top destination for people if they're buying property. And so I kind of did a swath around Porto from north of Braga down to almost Aveiro. And in there, I wanted to show you what 350,000 buys. Now, again, I did not do it by amenities. I just did price, and I made kind of a funky map for you to see. But I tried to encapsulate anything that would be kind of a major metropolitan area, even outside of Porto to the north or the south. So you can see there's a lot of options available. And again, you can fine tune to find something that you like. And then lastly, I wanted to go with also the third, maybe most popular place that people are looking to move to or buy, and that's the Algarve region. So here, I basically created a map, and you can do this on your own. You can create maps for wherever in Portugal you're looking to live, kind of a custom area that's all the Algarve of what 350,000 euros will buy you. And of course, you have to play with the amenities on the left column there to see, you know, what you really want. Do you want oceanfront, or do you want a pool in the complex? Do you want to be around a vineyard, or excuse me, not so much a vineyard, a garden with orchard? That's the word I was looking for. There are thousands of properties that, and 350,000 euros, that's a fair chunk of change to be able to buy for something. Now, there's thousands that are over 500,000. There's thousands that are over 1,000,000 in Portugal. There are spectacular places that you can buy. And then going the other way, there are many properties, if you were to look at something starting at, let's say, 25, 50, 75,000 euros, to see what comes up, especially in those areas where you want to fix something up. It's in disrepair. Maybe it's a farm or it's a place in a rural community. You might have more options and some more flexibility to be able to get in at a lower price point. But I wanted to give you this. Now, please note, I haven't included the Azores or Madeira in this. I just wanted to give you a feel for the top 3 options that immigrants are moving to and buying property in Portugal. But the great thing about Idealista is you can create all these custom maps, all kinds of toggles on space, amenities, what you want in your property. It's a really good site to work with, I think, and in doing it over 7 years now, it's really been a good site for us to be able to whittle down and find a lot of properties that then we can start working from to find what do you want to buy, what do you want to, where do you want to live, things of that nature. And the listers, whether it be real estate agents or owners, have done a much better job of better descriptions, more detailed descriptions, better photos. The only thing that's off, whether you're looking for $350,000 or rent per month, I'm going to do a video on that shortly, is the space, the usable space often that you can use on a property isn't accurate. Found it to be mostly inaccurate. Even going with landlords or property owners and looking at their surveys that are not correct based upon what they're listing property as. So that's one thing to be mindful of. But as you can see here, there's thousands of places that you can live for $350,000 at a max or less in Portugal. I think sometimes when people message me or they're watching or they're thinking about moving, they feel like, well, that golden visa thing was $500,000, so that must be the entry point to be able to buy a property. And it's not the case at all. It's far from it. There are people that follow this channel that either subscribe or often comment that are living there, and they bought their property for 75,000 euros, 150,000 euros, much less than 350, and have completely renovated their apartment, their home, their farm. So there are many options out there. But again, I thought 350,000 euros was a good kind of baseline on the top end to show you what's available below it in Lisbon, in Porto, and the Algarve. And as you can see here, ton of options available to you. So as you're, again, looking for property, Idealista is the best place I would think to go to, where the most amount of properties are going to be listed. And because of all their toggles on the left side, the left column, all the things that you can look for, it's a fantastic place to look at. And again, Portugal, for every country has its faults, and there's some strengths and some weaknesses. Finding property and being able to get into a place in Portugal, there's still plenty of places that I refer to are affordable compared to many other parts of the world. So as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the channel, and enjoy your travels.